Hello, everybody. We are back with our final speaker for Monday. And she is super interesting. I'm going to warn you now, we've been having a little bit of technical trouble in the beginning here, so if something goes out, we're just going to make the best of it we can. So, what if your bad back or your bum knee was not actually what was causing your pain? Conventional medicine is equipped to mitigate symptoms, but it often neglects to explore the real cause. And that's why we're here today, to fill in the gaps that exist in traditional healthcare and provide actionable ways to change your health, eliminate your pain, and increase your quality of life without pills, procedures, or puzzles. I'm very excited to introduce Sharon Smith, a pain expert who was forced to learn about the mind-body connection in order to treat her own pain after conventional medicine let her down. She's been on a mission since 2005 to change people's perspectives on chronic pain and has a passion for helping people find natural, effective relief. Her proven system will allow your brain and body to work together to release your trapped emotions and relieve your pain. So for the next 45-ish minutes, she's going to show you how the pain may actually be all in your head and how to let it go. Please welcome Sharon Smith.
Hey, hi, everybody, and thank you, Sarah, for having me here today. This is one of my favorite things. I love this. I think I have the very best job in the whole world. I get to help people all the time. It's great.
Isn't it? It's the best.
Yeah, you talked about, yeah, it is. You talked about why I originally got into this. And truly, I would never have done this for a living. It never crossed my mind that I would do this for a living, except for the fact that I was in pain and it just kept getting worse. And I had chronic lower back and hip pain from the time I was a teenager.
Yikes.
And then in my 20s, I know, it was awful. And I didn't, I'd had it for so long that I kind of thought it was normal. I didn't know that everybody didn't hurt. So fast forward into my 20s, then I developed migraines too, just for fun, just why not? May as well add that in. Mm-hmm. And for all of you watching, if we cut out or sound is a little weird, it's Monday here too. So just hang in there with us.
It is. Sarah
I know Sarah and I periodically can't hear or see each other, but we're hoping that you can see us. Anyway, I tried everything. I did a lot of things, and many things helped. I mean, chiropractic, kinesiology, functional medicine, lots and lots of things helped. But nothing was a permanent fix, and it continued to just be a problem. And in 2002, I was young, healthy, the mother of 2 little kids. We just built a house, and I was under a lot of stress. And I leaned over to put a cup in the dishwasher, and I could not straighten up again. Could not. So a doctor friend came to the house and paid a house call, and he said, yeah, you just have it's just a disc. You'll be okay. You just need to lay there for about a week and, take these pills.
You just need to leave there
have
for
a bad back. Yeah, easy, no right? Problem. Sure, bud, no problem. And he said, you just have a bad back. And I thought, no, I don't. I don't have a bad back. I have a good back. But so I laid there for a whole week, whacked out on painkillers and muscle relaxants. And truly, this was dark night of the soul for me. I was terrified. I was afraid I was never going to be okay again. And I thought, okay, I am young. I am in perfect health. I have a regular yoga practice. And I made myself a promise that I was going to figure out why this was happening to me. And I was going to find a way to fix it. No matter what. That was just, and I kind of woke up during that week, and it was not pretty. Consciousness is, everybody thinks, oh, it was this great thing. It was, pardon my language, but my first thought was, oh, shit, now what do I do? So I started looking. And I had known about EFT, which we just all call tapping, for several years. I found out about it from Joe Mercola's newsletter, which some of you may be familiar with. It's still the largest natural health newsletter in the world. And it used to come in the mail, if you can imagine. Now we watch. I know. And I've read about it in there, and I thought, that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That tapping stuff. Yeah, I couldn't see any application. I didn't know what you'd ever do with it. And
Yeah.
I know that we talked, you weren't familiar with ET at all. And so this is just a little background for you. But, and in about 2004, I think it was, I went to have a massage, and it was a girlfriend of mine. And she met me at the door really excited. And she said, "Oh my God, you have to see this list." I said, "What is it?" And she said, "It's just a list of everything. I just don't know what you do with it." And it was, I know. I said, "Okay." And it was a list in the back of a book called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol Kuhn Truman.
Hmm.
And it is a list of over 200 illnesses and their probable underlying emotional causes. And the instant I looked down at that, the next 20 seconds or so totally changed the course of my life. The minute I looked at that, I knew a whole lot of things. It was like the light for the cartoon character, coming on over the head.
Right?
Yeah, the first thing I knew was that pain wasn't what we thought at all. That we're wrong about it. It isn't here as a bad thing to punish us. It's here to get our attention. It's here to help us. And I looked at that list and I thought, and this is what you say when you tap, if you're not sure where you're going with it, because it's emotions. It's not just that my shoulder hurts, it's what's stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty excited about this. A whole lot of stuff just came in, and it kind of kept coming in, and I started practicing that day. And within a few weeks, I was taking clients. And then Gary Craig, one of the founders, I got a thing in the mail that said he was coming to Denver to teach. And it was a master's boot camp. And I thought, well, I'll apply. I don't know if they'll take me or not. You had to have so many client hours. It was a long time ago. I don't even remember. Anyway, they said, yeah, come on down. You've got enough hours. And so I did that. But what I noticed while I was there is that they were spending a lot of time chasing around after things. And I thought, I've got this great list. I know a better way to do this, guys. So that was, I didn't pursue any more certifications after that. I thought, I'm just going to do something a little different with this.
Do it your own way.
So, yeah. So this big mysterious thing that we're talking about is called emotional freedom technique, or as all the rest of us just call it, tapping. And what it looks like, and yeah, I'm going to agree with you that, yeah, it looks a little silly when you're first doing it. We all look silly when we're doing this, and we're perfectly glad to look silly. But it's based on acupuncture, and the fact that we are electrical in nature. Now, when we're tapping physically, we're accessing the electrical energy in our body. And this isn't anything weird or woo-woo. I don't think people like to do stuff if they think it's weird, right?
It's true.
Yeah. So, okay, this is how not weird it is. Probably a lot of you have had an EKG. And those of you who haven't understand that an EKG is an electrocardiogram. They're measuring the electrical output of your heart.
Yep.
That's not weird. Electroencephalogram, they're measuring brain activity. They're measuring and using the electrical charge that flows through your body as a diagnostic tool. Mm-hmm. And with an electroencephalogram, they sometimes even use that to determine whether or not you're still alive. So the acupuncture meridians and the diagrams of this, I believe, are a schematic of our actual physical wiring. Okay? And I explain this a little different than, yeah. I like it to be clear and simple. So EFT does two things. When you are tapping these meridian endpoints, you are physically using your own hands, no needles, access that electrical charge, and you're going to direct it so that you are harnessing your own electricity as a self-help tool rather than as a diagnostic tool. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, when you're tapping, you are also, this is how it works, you're also speaking out loud. Okay. You are directly addressing your own subconscious. And the brain, we're wired just like the motherboard on a computer. They're actually made in our image. It's a whole nother interesting talk. And we carry around all these files, and a lot of them are running in the background all the time. And they're childhood things. For instance, you may have a file that's running in the background that has to do with worry about money or a fear about money, okay? And certainly, you know, like the big COVID, all this mess where people are laid off, that can function as a real trigger. Anything that triggers you when you've got that file back there that you probably got from childhood from your parents who taught you to be afraid about money, simple, and they didn't mean to do it. Right. So you've got that, and you have a trigger, and all of a sudden, guess what? Your lower back hurts. And that's about 75% of the time in the West, in this culture, when people come to me for lower back pain, it's almost always a fear having to do with money. Almost always. There are some many things that can be there, but we go through and tap a few minutes, and you know, people will come in with out of a 0 to 10 pain level, with 10 being agony, and they're probably an 8 or a 9. We can tap just a few minutes, and they're going to go to a 2 or a 3, just like that.
Wow, just drops off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's totally fixable because we're not talking about your back. Mm-hmm. We're talking about fear. So we're going to first, when we start tapping, we start here on the outside of, whoop, there we go. This is a little backward from what I'm used to on Zoom. You start. Do you want to ask me questions? Just jump in there and interrupt me if you have questions.
Yes, I will. And I'm monitoring the Facebook group. So if anybody pops in, I'll see that as well.
Oh, yeah. If anybody has a question, just let me know. I'm happy to take questions or work with something if you have something in particular that you'd like me to do today. Sarah and I are going to do some live tapping here in a bit. But this is how it will look. Oops, over here. And you're going to start on the outside edge of the hand, either side. Tapping is completely bilateral. There's really not a way to do it wrong. But you're going to start there, and you're going to identify the problem. You're going to display that file, for instance, is what we're doing. So you would say, and we're going to do this with your shoulder here in a minute. You would say, okay, I've got this pain in my shoulder. And you're going to say that several times, and then you're going to offer, but I love myself anyway. Then you're going to start at the top of the head, just with all your fingers up here, and we're going to continue to talk about the problem, and we're going to tap at the very first of the eyebrow and either side. And for those of you watching, you can tap either hand, either side, or you can tap on both sides at the same time if that feels good to you. Do whatever feels the best to you. If you want to switch sides, it doesn't matter. It'll still work, I promise. So then on the outer orbit, and on the lower orbit, bottom there, then under the nose, under the lower lip where this dents in. I like people to take their whole hand. Where'd we go? There we go.
Hang on. Okay. Technology.
That was a little tip. Yeah, okay. Then take your whole hand and just across like the tops of your collarbones. And then the last point we're going to tap, and it's about 4 inches below your armpit. And this is always the one when we get there, people are like, okay, this is ridiculous. Are we being filmed here?
Is this a trick?
And then at the end, I'd like you to hold your wrist points, top and bottom. You take a big breath in through your nose and blow it out through your mouth, and we say peace. And that is one round of tapping. So we're going to identify the problem. We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to let it go. And then we're also going to put something better back in there, because when you release a big energetic thing, fear, anger, grief, it's it's going to create an energetic space for something better to come in there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You're so quiet.
I know. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to talk just a minute about pain, because it is here to help us. And if you're in pain, trust me, I have been there, and I know it is not fun, and it's hard to look at it that way. But I want you to stay with me here. Human beings are designed to feel the full range of emotions: joy, sorrow, love, fear, anger, grief. And we are designed to feel them all, but we are not physically designed to hold on to the big three negative, so-called negative emotions: fear, anger, and grief. We are not able to hold those for prolonged periods of time without it causing a physiological malfunction, which usually turns up as pain, or if it stays long enough, it can turn up as disease, illness. So that's why you want to use this tool on a regular basis. Don't wait until you're hurt, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to clear out what you're not appropriately processing.
Okay, now
this is yeah, go.
So you talked about working with me. I already have pain in my shoulder, but
Yes.
it's better if you tap regularly and before you have pain. So how does that look? And maybe I've cut you off too soon. How does the tapping look different if you already have pain versus if you're trying to prevent it from starting?
Okay. It's going to look fairly similar, but what I want you to do is understand that your emotions are the most powerful tool that you have. And we're not used to thinking of them in terms of being a tool. We're used to thinking of it like, oh, I'm so upset, or I'm so happy, this is great, or this is awful. But what we don't understand is how to harness them and use them. So if you are, for instance, going through a really difficult time where you're really stressed out, getting ready to do this and having tech issues, the tapping that I would say you're going to want to do is, I'm really stressed because I think things aren't going very well. I'm worried about this. I don't know if I can get this to all work right. I choose to be okay anyway. I allow myself to relax. I choose to relax and fill myself with calm and to know it's okay. Just things to let go of what you don't want and to calm your energy system, because you are accessing it. You can do it just like that. Mm-hmm. And I want to tell everybody, you don't have, it's hard to know what to say when you're first starting out with this. And that's one of the reasons why I have over 100 free videos out on YouTube. My channel has now had over 85,000 views in just 2 years, which is pretty doggone cool.
Yeah.
I know, it's so much fun. And they're for areas of pain in the body. They're for a lot of different things. I have one for grief. I have a really cool one to increase neurogenesis and neuroplasticity. I have one to help improve your eyesight.
Oh, good.
And everybody, if you do that, truly, you'll see an immediate difference. You will. Everybody does. Go look at the comments. Oh my gosh. But I use a combination of things. We're going to do some tapping because we tend to carry a lot of stress in our eyes. And just think about it. When you don't like what you're seeing in the world, a lot of times our language is descriptive. You'll go, I can't look at that right now, or I don't want to see that. Mm-hmm. And that gets stored in your eyes. So we'll tap first, clear that out, and calm that down in our eyes. And then I have a series of focusing exercises, physical, that you're going to do using your own finger. And I do these periodically for myself. I'm 63 and I don't need glasses.
Wow.
So, and that's not that I don't ever have blurry vision, because sometimes I will. that's how I worked out creating that piece of work for everybody. Because if I'm under a lot of pressure or feeling overwhelmed, all of a sudden I would notice that, like, are you kidding? I'm going to need reading glasses? Are you serious? I would be really annoyed, but I would really have blurry vision.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, this is crap. I can fix this. I can surely figure this out. And it works. It works really well. There are several hundred people out there that I think are using that particular video every day.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Now, the downside, I'm taking a little bit of a left turn here, but for you who wear glasses, a prescription all the time, and decide that you want to improve your vision, just get ready because your eyesight will change every single time you do that. And that means your prescription is no longer going to be appropriate for your eyes. So it's kind of a double-edged sword for those of you who actually need corrective lenses right now. It'll change a lot. And you're going to find you're going to the eye doctor often. So, because it does, yeah, well, yeah. So, okay, let's see. We're at 20. We want to show you how to do this. So, Sarah, Sarah's volunteered to be a victim. Oh, my client today. She's very gracious. So I want you've got pain in your right shoulder, right?
Right shoulder.
Okay, we talked about this for a few seconds before we came on.
Mm-hmm.
I promise we didn't arrange anything in advance.
Nope, this is not. This is real.
Okay, so move that shoulder around, and I want you to appreciate how it feels and give that a number between 0 and 10, with 10 being agony.
It's probably like a 2 today. It's not too bad.
Well, that's not much to work with.
I know. I'm sorry.
I
take pretty good care of myself.
It's okay. Well, we'll work with it. Yeah, that's good though. How does it feel in terms of flexibility?
Not very good.
Not very good?
No.
Okay. And the shoulder's not very flexible either?
Give it like a 5 out of 10. Sound great.
Okay. Hold your arm straight up. Let's look at your flexibility. Hold it straight up. Move back behind you. Okay. And just appreciate how your range of motion feels. You still about a 5?
I might take it down a little because I have had some shoulder injuries, and I do have pain from those, but maybe I don't. I guess we'll see. Okay.
All right. So we're going to work with the right shoulder, and this is one of the ways that I teach people to begin to use their emotions and to use their intuition as well, because you know more than you think. So I want you to close your eyes and take a big breath in through your nose and hold it and blow it out. And that combination of things increases right-left brain communication. We want to use our whole brain for this. Now, I want you to use your imagination, and I want you to go look at your shoulder, that whole right shoulder area, from the inside.
Okay.
And just describe how that looks in there. Is it a color, shape, texture? What's in there? First thing that comes to mind. You won't be wrong. It's yours.
The first thing that came up was like a light yellow.
Okay.
And it's smooth.
All right. Now, okay. And now ask the shoulder to show you if it was perfectly happy, no pain, what would that look like? What color would it be?
Blue.
Okay. And would the texture change?
No.
Okay. Okay, so it would be blue instead. Now ask it what emotion it for, it'll have more than one emotion there, but ask it if there's an emotion that's stuck there that it would like us to help with. First thing that comes to mind.
Fear.
Okay. Okay. Is it specific or general?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
More
Okay.
specific. It's
what?
parenting related.
I'm sorry, it's what?
Parenting related, and the shoulder pain started right after my daughter was born. She's my oldest.
Okay. Okay. All right. Open your eyes. Okay. So it doesn't hurt a lot, but it hurts a little. So let's just start out here on the side of, whoops, out here on the side of the hand, and tap along with me. And all you're going to do is tap where I tap and just repeat after me, and I'll go slow.
I'm going to take my glasses off.
Okay. Sure. Now we really can't see each other, but that's okay.
I'm pretty good close up.
Okay. Even though I've got all this pain in my right shoulder.
Even though I've got all this pain in my right shoulder.
I choose to be okay anyway.
I choose to be okay anyway.
Even though my right shoulder hurts.
Even though my right shoulder hurts.
And it's been hurting on and off for a while.
And it's been hurting on and off for a while.
I completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
Even though I've got this pain in my shoulder and I can't seem to get rid of it.
Even though I've got this pain in my shoulder and I can't seem to get rid of it.
I completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
And I love my shoulders.
And I love my shoulders.
Okay, now we're going to tap. For me, when I look at this for you, and I'm able to do that now, this is both shoulders, not just one. They both look like you have stuff in them. So let's just clear them both out.
Okay.
All this pain in my shoulder.
All this pain in my shoulders.
I'm overwhelmed.
I'm overwhelmed.
Over your eyebrow. It's a parenting issue. I'm overwhelmed.
It's a parenting issue. I'm overwhelmed.
I didn't know it was going to happen.
I didn't know it was going to happen.
And I really love my daughter.
And I really love my daughter.
But I have felt overwhelmed since she was born.
But I have felt overwhelmed since she was born.
I'm trying to be Wonder Woman.
I'm trying to be Wonder Woman.
And I'm not always succeeding at it.
And I'm not always succeeding at it.
Nobody knows. But the fact is.
But the fact is.
I'm doing my best.
I'm doing my best.
And it isn't always something that feels like it's enough.
And it isn't always something that feels like it's enough.
But it is the best I can do with the tools I have right now.
But it is the best I can do with the tools I have right now.
Beneath your arm. And when I have better tools.
And when I have better tools.
I can do better.
I can do better.
I wonder if it's possible.
I wonder if it's possible.
That I can let go of all this overwhelm.
That I can let go of all of this overwhelm.
And all of this fear.
And all of this fear. Should I be doing the other side?
I'm not. No, it doesn't matter. Completely bilateral. All of this fear that I'm not going to be good enough at this.
And all of this fear that I'm not going to be good enough at this.
Do you just have one child or two?
Two.
Two? Okay. But your daughter's the youngest.
The oldest.
Okay. The oldest. Okay. I just didn't know I was going to get overwhelmed and afraid.
I just didn't know I was going to get overwhelmed and afraid.
But I forgive myself.
But I forgive myself.
And I allow this pain to leave my shoulder. I don't need it.
And I allow this pain to leave my shoulder. I don't need it.
It's safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
I'm a better person and a better parent when I'm not in pain.
I'm a better person and a better parent when I'm not in pain.
Because I can't do my best when I'm in pain.
Because I can't do my best when I'm in pain.
And I choose to let it all go now.
And I choose to let it all go now.
It's perfectly safe to let it go. Oh, under your arm.
Yeah. It's perfectly safe to let it go.
Because I completely love and accept myself.
Because I completely love and accept myself.
Okay, now hold your wrist points on either hand, either side, and breathe. And blow it out. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay, move.
Feels a little looser.
You're grinning. Okay. Okay, describe the pain level.
I don't know if I can feel it anymore. I know where it is.
Okay.
Because it's been there so long. But
so basically gone.
Yeah.
Okay, close your eyes and go look at it inside and see if it's blue.
It's like half and half.
Okay, ask it, just because we're here right now, you're a young mother, you know. How old are your kids?
My daughter is 8.5, and my son will be 5 on Thursday.
Okay. Happy birthday to him coming up. June baby.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So go back in and look at it. So it's half and half. And I want you to ask it what else it needs to be completely blue. Are your kids both healthy?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it needs.
Okay. Ask it if it's still afraid.
Yes.
Okay. Is it afraid of the future or afraid of the present?
The future.
Okay. Just go back to the top of the head and say, I'm afraid of the future.
I'm afraid of the future.
Because I have kids.
Because I have kids.
And I'm afraid of what we're leaving them.
And I'm what?
I'm afraid of what we're leaving them.
And I'm afraid of what we're leaving them.
I'm a little bit afraid of what the world is going to look like for them.
I'm a little bit afraid of what the world is going to look like for them.
Because we're seeing so much change right now.
Because we're seeing so much change right now.
And even though we're seeing all this change right now,
and even though we're seeing all this change right now,
I allow myself to understand.
I allow myself to understand
that we may be in the middle of a miracle unfolding.
That we may be in the middle of a miracle unfolding.
And that great social change for humans.
And the great social change for humans.
Never looks very pretty when you're in it.
Never looks very pretty when you're in it.
The outcome is worth it.
But the outcome is worth it.
And I'm raising my kids to be resourceful and resilient.
And I'm raising my kids to be resourceful and resilient.
They're our future.
They're our future.
I allow myself to let go of being afraid.
I allow myself to let go of being afraid.
And to remember.
And to remember.
That change is just change.
That change is just change.
It's the way of all things.
What was that one?
It's the way of all things.
It's the way of all things.
And I choose to steer it in the direction I want.
And I choose to steer it in the direction I want.
And one of the best ways I'm doing that
And one of the best ways I'm doing that
is right now.
is right now.
I'm introducing a whole lot of people to things they didn't know about.
I'm introducing a whole lot of people to things they didn't know about.
Some things I didn't even know about.
Things that I didn't even know about.
I'm doing my part to change things for better.
I'm doing my part to change things for the better.
It's enough.
It's enough.
Okay, go have a look inside there now and see if your folder's still. I should have cleared it out.
Looks blue now.
All blue? Okay, move around, move your neck a little bit. There you go. Good job.
It was quite an experience.
And I know it's fun. And that's the thing. The wording is always the trick. And I've just been doing this such a long time. There are a lot of cool things that I now know that people need to say, whether they actually really believe that thing or not, it doesn't matter. As long as they go along and say it, they're going to feel better right away. And this is a tool that you can, yes, you actually don't have to go to anybody. You know, that's one of the things, there's not, this isn't a pharmaceutical drug, folks. There's not a lot of money behind it, promoting it. You're not going to see this. You're not going to see EFT tapping on commercials on late night TV because, you know, you can learn to do this to help yourself. You can do this. You are an incredibly powerful human being. Human beings are so elegantly designed with so many, we don't even understand all the ways that we're connected and all the things that we're capable of. We're just at the very beginning. And I think it's a pretty exciting time to be alive. So anyway, I want to talk to everybody who's been, thank you for playing along with us. I hope you tapped a little bit. Keep your shoulders hurt. I hope they feel better. Is anybody asking questions?
I have not seen any yet.
Okay, that's all right. I want to talk to you about the different ways that you can work with me and learn to use this tool. And as I was telling Sarah, I have a little over 100, as of right now today, videos on YouTube. And it's A Pain Plan with Sharon Smith. I think Sarah's got the link to that. But if you just type in Sharon Smith and whatever you've got, ankle pain, for instance, it's going to come up. And you'll find me that way. And I have videos for a huge number of things, and they're out there to help you. I am deeply committed to being a force for good in the world. So when you go and start looking at these, please subscribe to me. And I'm going to tell you there's a cool reason for doing that. And that is that YouTube shows my work, my videos, to more people based on the number of subscribers and likes I have. It's their algorithm. And someone who is looking for a particular type of help or relief from pain might get help from one of my videos that day because you took a second and subscribed. I think that's a pretty darn good reason. So I've got all of those YouTube videos, and I have a free gift for you, everybody. It's a cool gift. And all you have to do, the sign-up link is here. Sarah provided it to you. And it's going to take you to a sign-up page. And as soon as you do that, you're going to want to watch your inbox because you're going to get 2 videos from me. And the very first one is similar to what we did. It's a guided visualization that I use with every single private client so that you can see what is actually underneath your pain or issue. It doesn't have to be pain. More than half the people who come to me don't come for pain. They come for a lot of different things. But you get to see for yourself what's under there. And then in the second video, I teach you the basics of how to use tapping to work with what you just saw. Cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great free gift. Now I have some other things on my site that you're going to want to check out. I have things called pain plans. And these are pre-recorded packages of work for some specific areas of pain in the body. For instance, I have lower back, knee pain, carpal tunnel. I think there are about half a dozen of them right now. And if you have one of those, have that type of pain, I would encourage you to buy one of those. They're not expensive, they're very affordable, and they're incredibly effective. They also come with a 100% money back guarantee. I guarantee that this will help you. And if it doesn't, you get your money back. And nobody wants their money back yet. So I would encourage you to check out the pain plans. They're at the top. For anyone who's listening to this, who's interested in working privately with me, it is a lot of fun. And that is the quickest way to feel better immediately. And I am taking private clients again. I didn't for a while, but I am. And there's a link to the website. It's at the top. It says private work. And if you just click that, it'll take you to an application form. And if just fill that out, I look at all of these myself. No one else vets these. It's just me doing it. I do have an assistant, but I have to look at these myself. If it looks like something I can help you with, you're going to get an invitation to come in for a complimentary call. And we're going to talk about what you need, how I can help you. And I'm going to be creating your personal pain blueprint in that conversation. So, and we'll respond to you either way. You get a response from me. If I feel like what you've got, I don't know how to work with, or I'm not qualified to help you with, I'm going to say so. And I'm probably going to make some recommendations and referrals. I don't ever just say, no, go away. I don't do that. So,
it's not good for business.
Well, it's not who I am. It's my job to help people. So that's the process if you're interested. I'm really excited that you guys showed up to listen today. Even if you're listening to this in replay, add through it. This stuff works. Have I got a minute? I have a minute left. I have a minute left.
You do.
Can I say something really important about water? You know how everybody tells you to stay hydrated? And we tell that to people, but nobody ever tells you why. Not really. Doctors don't really tell you. Hey, I'm going to tell you why. It's the coolest thing. Remember that we're electrical in nature. I talked about that. What happens if you go to start your car in the morning and the battery's low on fluid? Your car isn't going to start because the battery cannot carry an electrical charge. Okay. Exactly the same thing happens inside your body. If you are not properly hydrated, this charge that flows through your body along your meridians and elsewhere cannot flow without impediment. You've got to have enough water to keep it flowing smoothly. And if people are tapping and not getting an immediate result, go drink about 6 ounces of water and try it again because you may be not hydrated enough.
That's interesting.
Is that an interest? I know. It's cool. It's just cool how it works. I love it. I love all this. And the other thing I will say about this, I usually say it earlier in recording, but this charge that flows through your body that is electrical in nature and is everywhere, it connects you to a lot of things, and it gets called different things depending on where you are in the world. If you're in Asia, it's ki or chi. If you're in India, it's prana. In this culture, I believe that this is called your spirit. So never underestimate when you begin to make use of this powerful tool. Don't ever underestimate the potential, your potential.
I love that. That's awesome. And it is all about your potential and connecting your body to your brain, because I think in our natural state, we are very connected that way. And as we grow older, and we kind of lose that connection. And what a sad thing. Maybe
you don't have to lose it.
You don't have to, though, right?
I promise you don't have to lose it. You can be connected to everything. We are already connected in ways we don't even begin to imagine.
Right? We can't understand.
It's the most fun thing. I know, but it's not only fabulous; it's also useful. So don't underestimate yourself. You have enormous power right here in your own hands.
I think those are awesome words
You
to end the day with. Don't underestimate yourself, guys.
No, never, never, never. And come see me. Thank you for watching today. I'm so glad that Sarah invited. I was actually a late addition. And I'm so glad she invited me. And thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching now or later.
Yep.
This was great.
Thank you so much for coming. It was fantastic. And what a way to end the day. It's been so good. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And seriously, give it a try. Give it a couple tries. It's worth it. All right. If you guys don't have any more questions, I think I'm going to let Sharon get back to her day. If you do have questions, you can go. You have a contact on your website, I'm sure. They can contact you, or you can post into the Facebook group, and I can get in touch with her however you guys want to get that sorted out. So if you have questions that come up later or you're watching the replay, we can definitely get those answered.
Sure. And anyone, if you go into my YouTube channel and leave me a comment or ask me a question, I can't guarantee how quick I'll do it, but I usually respond to all of those within a day or two. I look at all of them. And right now, I am taking requests for new work. I actually did a video last week asking for people to tell me what they want me to do next. And I've had a whole bunch of great requests. I did one earlier today, for increasing bone density.
Ooh, that's a good thing.
It's not as sexy to work with that as it is pain, because pain is so immediate. You can bone density is going to take longer and all that. But somebody wanted it. I was happy to do it.
There you go. All right.
So go leave me a comment. I'm listening.
And subscribe, you guys. Subscribe.
Subscribe. Please subscribe.
And I will go ahead and throw her website and the link to her, not her Facebook, her YouTube, into the comments on the video in the Facebook group, so you guys can jump down there and navigate wherever you want to go.
Yep. I'll see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Bye, guys.